Alright people, we're back. And the last time we did the sword and the two guns, the sword looks excellent. It looks 1,000 times better than it did. Could even be more chromed out. Now, the last time I did this on the video that I put up, I didn't say anything about putting a gloss coat on anything that you did with the graphite powder, but you should, because it does come off if you do not gloss coat it. Unless letting it sit overnight and then touching it, it doesn't come off, but it was coming off on my fingers, so. These guns look 1,000 times better than the cheap plastic they were. Today, I want to do this sword, which is just a longer version of the little one that I just showed you. And along with the figure, I'd like to do the Silver Surfer's surfboard, top and bottom, because there's magnets going underneath there. There used to be magnets, obviously, right here. I am going to put 2 new flat magnets here, and he has magnets embedded in the bottom of his feet, so that is what we're going to do today. So here is the graphite powder. We will take off the cover, throw that aside, put that in the corner. We got our sacrificial brush. Now let's, we gotta try to grab a paper towel. Hold on a minute. Alright, we got a paper towel, because we're definitely gonna need that. So, brush, paper towel handy, sword. Let's brush up some of that graphite powder and poof, put it all over it. All over it is what I was told. So, or at least that's what the one video on it that I saw said. So let's see if we can't. With the sword being so long, you gotta put your finger on the other side so that you don't get, well, break it with too much pressure, obviously. I should have taped the handle, which I did not do. And I'll just touch it up with some gold paint, which I do have. So I'll even change the color of the middle of the handle too on this sword if we have to. Let's some of that graphite powder we dropped on the bottom of the container. Put the brush down again with the paper towel, and again we're going to put our finger underneath the sword and rub, and that's all this recipe calls for, is rubbing it with the graphite powder. Let's get some fresh powder and really load this side up here. Yeah, that's not too bad. Definitely way more chrome looking than it did before, that's for sure. Not bad. Looks good. Alright, we're going to do another one. Yeah, on this side. brush down. Paper towel. Get it on the biggest thing of graphite powder we can and just start rubbing this side of the sword. Get good tunes on. You can sit here and chrome out some weapons. Now, let's see. See, it is messy. But that does look good. Absolutely. That is very, very much more realistic looking, that's for sure. Alright, I'm going to put that on the paper towel. Now, for the Silver Surfer surfboard, just going to do the front of it right here for now. I'm just going to dump a bunch of it on this front. And we're going to take our paper towel, put a little pressure, and we are going to start rubbing the front of the Silver Surfer surfboard and see if we can't get this baby chromed up. Alright, let's see what we got going on half and half here for the line. Ah, yeah. Look at the difference. There's definitely a difference. Even looking just straight on, it looks way more chrome. You can see a reflection in the front part of his surfboard now, but there's no way. I mean, you do get a reflection, but nothing like that reflection. Wow. This stuff really does work good. But you can't be stingy with it either, I suppose. Gotta be heavy with it. You don't gotta be, but if you want your stuff to look chrome, then yeah, I would go heavy with it, definitely. Wow, this does work. What works wonders? That is crazy. Unbelievable how good this works. And it's cheap too. The bottle that I have, I got delivered to me through Amazon for, I want to say, under $7. So it's definitely the cheap way to chrome up something without any paint. And this definitely works very well. Whoops, I almost dropped it. At the top of this board and these sides. This is really looking good. I gotta say, that looks way better. Unbelievable. With a gloss coat, that's gonna look wicked good. But we're not stopping there. Oh no. No, 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 no. Nope. We're gonna gather up all this extra powder we dropped. Whoops. I just dropped the brush like an idiot. We're going to take the paper towel, get a bunch of it in the paper towel, and put that directly on his surfboard and keep rubbing and rubbing. And that's basically what this all is just rubbing, get it in the grooves of the board, and just keep rubbing up and down. Get the grooves of the board. Get around that peg, the foot peg. Turn it the way. Get the end of the board. And wow, this does look like something else, that's for sure. That looks way better. I mean, that's what it looks like beforehand. That looks awesome, I must say. And on the video I watched on this, he said that if you put a gloss coat on, let it dry, and then do this again over that, it gets to be even shinier. So, I mean, that's something to think about. You could just keep doing this coat after coat after coat after coat after coat, and just keep piling it on top and keep piling it on top. And this looks awesome. This is definitely doing a kick-ass job at making this surfboard chrome. Nice. That is so awesome. Oh. Put that on the paper towel. Take the sword one more time. This time I'm going to take the paper towel with all the graphite powder on it and just rub both sides with it like this. Wrap the sword inside both sides and just rub up and down it. And that's basically it, just up and down, up and down. And there we go. Ah, that looks so much better. So much better. Well, alright guys. If you hit the like and subscribe button, I would appreciate that. And I will be back tomorrow with another video on throwing some sealer on those and trying to give them an even glossier coat. Until tomorrow, take it easy and enjoy the summer.